Yeah, I remember, that is true. I always, when I was getting ready to retire from the Cup Series, I was like, man, I'm going back to late models and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to go back and have fun, because there's a lot of fun that I didn't have because I was too worried about um, whether I was going to be racing again, a year from now. And so um, I went to, this was probably 1996 or 7. Wrangler came on board to send us to Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Xfinity car. And so we went over to the racetrack on Friday, and I'm really, really nervous. And I am in way over my head, like getting thrown into the deep end, not knowing how to swim. And this is way beyond me. So we're at the racetrack, and we're in the old garage that didn't have a roof. There's just cars and trucks parked everywhere. And we're just, we're parked in right behind our little hauler and gooseneck trailer. And we ain't got no stuff, right? We ain't got springs and sway bars, and we ain't got no box or nothing. We just got the car and the setup we brought, and a little bit of electricity and some air. And we go out there and practice, and we're pretty good. We're in the top 10 in practice times, and practice is going on for about 30, 45 minutes, and we're still sitting around 8th or so. And I'm thinking, man, this is great. And so we're like, okay, well, let's go make a qualifying run. Qualifying's coming up later today. Let's go make a run. And we didn't know any better. So we left our 30-lap race tires on there and taped it off. And I went out there and wrecked. And spun out off a 4, and I'm spinning around and around and around and around, and bang, back into the fence. And pull in the garage. I want to cry, and I wanted to hide in a hole. I could have, if there was a hole in the ground, I'd have climbed in it. And that was it. We didn't have another car, and I'd wrecked in front of everybody, and my dad and all his buddies down there in the Cup garage was watching, and so he's embarrassed in front of all his peers. And so we went home. I got in my car with a buddy of mine, and I drove to my house. And I didn't, we loaded the car up, and I left. And so I imagine that they're taking the car back to the shop. I live right across the street from the shop in a double-wide trailer, and me and my buddies went there, and I grabbed a bottle of vodka and set it down on the table in front of me, and was going to drink. And so we're sitting there, me and my friends, and it's like the biggest piggity party you ever seen in your life. And then the door flies open, the back door to the double wide flies open. It's about an hour later, right? Later, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Boom, door slams open. Boom, boom, boom. I know it's Dad immediately because I can hear the footsteps. And he walks in and sees me and my 2 buddies sitting there on the couch with a bottle of vodka in front of us, and flew off the handle, rightfully so. And he tells them guys to get in their car and leave. It's probably best for them to do. And they did. And he took me out on the back steps, and we sat down. And so we had a conversation, and I've talked about this before, but we had a conversation. He goes, man, what are you doing? And I said, well, my career's over with. I'm sitting here thinking about that. As far as I know, I just wrecked, and I don't know that I'm going to get another chance to try again. It's over. And he's like, it ain't over. They took your car back to the shop, and those boys are over there cutting the body off of it now to send it off to get it fixed. You should be over there doing that. Why wasn't that your instinct, to go be with the car and do what they're doing with the car, and it just wasn't my instinct to do that. And I wish it was. I wish my instinct was to, how we going to fix this, right? But my instinct was to go, well, that's the end. Oh, well, I'll never get another shot. And so we sat on that back porch, and man, we talked for an hour. And just about, that's not the end. There'll be other opportunities. He wasn't going to say, I'm going to put you in the car next week, or you're going to Michigan to race, or what. He wasn't making plans, like hardcore plans, but he's like, man, there'll be another shot. You got to keep trying. You got to want to fix that car. And if you show that initiative to want it, people will get behind that. If you're going to mope and be, this is the end of the world, nobody's going to want to join that party. Nobody's want to get behind that. So it was that was the most dad thing that Dale Earnhardt ever did.
For more great NASCAR on Fox content, subscribe to our channel. It's somewhere right around here.